The number one thing you can do to improve your sales is also the number one thing that you don't want to do, and that is record and listen to your sales calls. Nobody really wants to do this. Managers feel like they don't have time to do it. Salespeople hate to listen to their own calls and also don't want to take the time to do it. But I'm telling you, this is the best thing that you can do. Listening to your sales calls improves your confidence over time because you actually get more comfortable with the sound of your own voice, which makes you more comfortable on the phone. And it helps you identify the areas that you might be struggling on a call. What you need to do in order to be able to accomplish this, number one is commitment. And this is commitment from both the sales manager and the salesperson, that we're going to record calls, we're going to sit down and listen to calls, and we're going to discuss them. The second thing that you need is a commitment to learn. You have to be open to the idea that you're not the greatest salesperson in the world, and that in order to be better, you need to look at yourself and identify the areas that you need to improve on. Now, how are we going to do this? There's numerous ways we can do this. You can have your manager listen to a number of calls and pull a couple out. That can be a little overwhelming for the manager. If you're honest, you could have the salesperson identify 2 calls a week, one good call and one call that could have been better, and send those over to your manager to listen to. You could have the manager listen to them and critique them and provide feedback. Ideally, you would listen to them together in the same room. If you do this, I would start with the salesperson doing the self-critique and then allow the manager to discuss it further. I also love the idea of group meetings where you're listening to multiple calls from multiple people. This can be very uncomfortable and is kind of the extreme level of how to listen to sales calls. The reason why this is so great, though, is that you can have your team members, your coworkers, your peers provide you with feedback from what they're hearing. This not only helps you in obtaining that feedback, but it helps all of your peers be able to listen to areas where they might learn something themselves. There also might be something that you're doing on a call that's better than what they're using. And this gives them the opportunity to hear areas that you're being successful. What should we be listening to on the call? It's basically the sales process. Are you building rapport? Are you having opportunity to have conversations with people? Are you missing points where you could have built rapport? How are we gathering the information? Are we gathering the information in a way that's conversational, or are we making it an insurance interrogation? Setting expectations. Are we just getting off the phone with no idea of next steps? Are we telling them, I'll call you sometime next week? Or are we specifically saying to them, hey, I'll get back in touch with you by tomorrow at 10 o'clock? Presenting the quote, are we doing this on the phone? Are we providing the options to help encourage the insured to build the policy along with us? Are we asking for the business? Are we just throwing the quote out there and seeing if it sticks? Or are we presenting it in a way and asking for that business in a way that's going to make us successful? And finally, are we embracing and resolving concerns brought up by the client or the prospect when we're having the discussion? Or are we just accepting that obstacle and moving on? So start listening to your sales calls today. You're going to hate me at the start, and then you're going to thank me. Thanks for watching.